Hey everybody, and welcome back to a Made in Japan segment. Today we are doing Charge Human Tanks War the Human Tanks, which was produced by Fruitbat Factory. The developer is Yakiniku Banzai, and it's available now in deluxe or regular, depending on how much you want to pay for it. I think it's about $9.99 to $10.99. Difference being the deluxe version has a soundtrack included. And if you run Windows 7, 8, XP, or Vista, then you are in good shape. Other platforms, you're out of luck at the moment. And pretty much what War the Human Tanks is it's a strategy game. Kind of like, some people say it's kind of like Advanced Wars, but there's a real-time strategy element to it as well. And let's start a new game, and you'll see it's kind of very episodic, to the point where there's actually a intro and a closing credits segment to each stage that you do, which is kind of funny. So you do have the option to skip, but just to show off a little bit of the story, we're going to watch it a tiny little bit, and then I'll move on to the mission itself, show off the first stage, and then I'll let you be the judge. If you want to pursue it further, then you can buy the game or even get the demo if you want. It's being offered at RiceDigital.com. Hopefully I got that correct. Either way, I'm going to provide a link on the bottom of this video, and let you be the judge of it, whether it's something you like. But as you can tell, pretty much the story is you have two warring factions. This is taking place in a fictional land called Japon. Not Japan, but Japon. And the two warring factions is the Kingdom of Japon and the Empire of Japon. And the Empire used to have control over all of Japon until recently the kingdom has overtaken it, and pretty much what you're going to be is a faction of the Empire's Imperial Corps, and it's your job to take back all the land in honor of the Empire. And what you are using as weapons are humanoid tanks. Because they're not really people, they're not treated as such. They're just treated as tools, really. No rights. But yeah. And as you can see, the art style is interesting because you have the photorealistic stuff in the background, but you have the anime-ish type design for the characters. And it's not bad. I mean, it's not my design of choice overall, but it's pretty interesting nonetheless. And let's see, I guess now I will jump towards more of the mission components. Right now, this little scene right here is just talking about how this general is pretty much effing it up for the Empire. She's just so headstrong, she doesn't care what she does, and she's losing the battle, and all we can do, or Choco and Shotaro, who is a commander of a frozen group, not allowed to do anything really, so they can only watch as this captain is just like screwing their army over. But anyways, let's jump towards the mission aspect of it. And this is what I mean by having the introduction, just to show it off quickly. I was taken back when I first saw it, but if you have any kind of Japanese music in a game, I'm going to love it instantly. So yeah, they kind of hooked me just at this part alone. It really makes you feel like you're part of an anime or a TV show for that matter. Kind of draws you in more on a personal level. But anyways, let's move on to the mission segment. Alright, so we are back. And now we are building up to what will lead to the first mission. It's been 20 years since the first human tank was developed, which you have seen before. And yeah, more of what I told you before, the Empire of Japon once ruled the entire land of Japon. But it's now history, as the kingdom is actually doing a very strong push into their territories. And largely the empire is very much a shadow of its former self. And as you saw before in the scene prior, you know, lousy commanders are not helping the empire any bit. And let's see, nothing much else I can say about the story itself. You know, I leave it to you to read on more about what's going on here. Can't ruin it for you, right? Unless I do a let's play of it, but you know, that's up in the air. But essentially what's happening in this mission, a quick summary. Daihone is unfrozen, so that means that Shotaro is able to lead his group into attacking positions held by the kingdom. And the first mission here is we have to take out a battery which is positioned at a strategic point, pretty much right near our homeland, I guess. Because pretty much the empire is like at the brink of all-out defeat, and something that's like really bothering the empire is there's a kingdom's battery position, which is pretty much overlooking, like, you know, pretty important territory. But I'll let the game actually tell better than I can. So here you are. This is just Shotaro watching some animes. Let's just skip through as much of this as possible. And you know, if you're playing this for the first time, the whole story and everything could take a good 10 minutes or so just to get through. So if you got patience, then and you like story, then you'll probably like this. I'm fairly certain it builds up as you go on, and there's a large customization factor in this game. You know, troops that you carry throughout from mission to mission, you get to customize them, building up their stats, and pretty much formulating your groups into a way which works best for you. Even there's a Save Plus mode in this game as well, where you get to carry over troops that you've had in the first run through into the second. It's pretty neat. Builds up some replayability there. And Heshiko is just another human tank, very cutesy looking. But anyways, they're pretty much talking about the fact that this unit is now unfrozen and how our first mission is to take out the battery. And the mission itself is rather really easy. Like, very easy. I'll show off how easy it can be. But maybe I might prolong it a bit so you can see how, like, the whole battle system works. How do we get up there? So the conundrum is the battery is positioned on top of a hill, and we don't have any weapons which can actually reach them, or so we think, because Shotaro is he is fond of old technology, I guess. So he has something called the Masamune, which is has a large range and actually solves the problem that we are facing here. So Masamune will be able to reach the battery, and pretty much it's our mission to recon the area and try and look for said battery. Now, the human tank types. As you see here, we have the commander, the leader of a unit, and if you lose it, then pretty much you lose the game. Shock trooper self-destructs, taking nearby enemies along, and you will see that being done very soon. Scout, which is actually going to be vital for our mission, locates enemies with the recon command, and the range is pretty much limitless in terms of the map. Battery barrages distant enemies with a missile launcher. So that's pretty much just like Masamune, who we have right now, and is going to be very vital in our mission. And the assault trooper, happy-go-lucky strike unit armed with an assault rifle. What else do you need? But yes, they have a short range, but you'll see very soon. And this is the map layout. This is where all the action's going to take place. And let's see, you do have a fog of war element to this where, you know, you have unknown tiles, and that's what where recon comes in handy. And what we want to do is use recon in this little area here and try and locate the battery itself. Once we destroy it, then the mission is completed. 2, 1, go! And let's commence. So pretty much how this works is you have a connecting. Pretty much troops that are ready to be given commands will have a connecting above them. And once you see that highlighted above them, that means you can issue them orders. Are there any other tanks besides them? Alright, I equipped Heshiko with a few modules. Now she can scout with a much greater area. That's nice. But yeah, it's disgustingly easy. Once you see what has to be done, it's just like, oh god. Roger that. Preparing for infinite rage battery. Fire! Well, that's really gonna help us. You just alerted everybody. Actually, the funny thing about this video is that I tried making this before, only to realize that I had my microphone on mute. So I was kind of mad when I looked back on the video and realized I couldn't hear nothing. Embarrassing, but anyways, back to this mission. Pretty much they fired a shot and now the enemy knows of our intent, and they're sending troops towards us. That is just gravy. And also they show you the status, the Imperial Army's side, and the Royal Army, the Kingdom, and it shows you how balanced everything is at the moment, which is nice. Nice little indicator. And alright, so let's get to the mission itself. So there isn't really a zoom in, which is kind of annoying, but it makes up for it. Because it kind of zooms in once you highlight a particular troop. So when you actually do click on one, get the ability to attack, move, and you know, I think it's like a, yeah, I can only move 2 tiles in any direction. Standby, attack, again, 2 tiles away from it. And recon, which is the most important element here. So let's try and recon this area. And already we have spotted, oh shoot. And that is the shock trooper that we heard about before. Only 1 tile around it and it takes anything out with it, which is unfortunate to say the least, but let's show off Masamune's abilities. Or maybe not, because damn recon stopped. Alright, so do recon, and there's an enemy tank. So what we do is attack, and there we go. And he is done. And this is our assault trooper, I believe. No, scout tank. My apologies. And if I know better, there should be someone there. Yep. And let's see, this is our assault trooper. Let's move you over here. And you can't do nothing, so stand by. And we will move you as well over here. And you will also be on standby. Enemy cookie, that's not nice. That's really not nice. But yes, to finish this stage, essentially scout right here, I think. And that's the battery for you. Once you attack it, then you win the whole mission. So that has completed our tasks, and we have beaten the mission. Victory! Yep. Disgustingly easy, yes. But it gets better as you go on. So, what we are going to do is we're going to skip, and I'll leave the rest to you. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and perhaps you consider buying it. I'm sure it will, yes, I'm sure you will find it enjoyable. But anyways, I will see you later. Sayonara, people.